Don't tell me what a man won't do.
I'm Nick Bryan, I'm a producer and engineer. I mainly work out of Rockfield Studios. I started my career working with bands like the Stone Roses and Oasis, The Verve, Ash. Rockfield's been going over 50 years. It was the world's first residential studio. It's had many big hits over the years, some of the most famous being the Queen albums Sheer Heart Attack and Night at the Opera, which contain Bohemian Rhapsody, and Oasis, What a Story, Morning Glory. And it's always been known for its analog gear and retro gear, great recording spaces, versatility, and great atmosphere, great creative atmosphere, which you feel when you walk in the doors. In the last few days, with working with Stanwell School, the aim was to record 2 tracks to gauge where they were at and to try and develop what they know already, while also teaching them some added skills for the stage they're at the moment. They used their current skill sets to a really good standard, and kind of, I could see them develop over the 3 days, and the confidence, their kind of abilities that they had before, they just managed to get that out of them, and some great individual performances as well.
My name's Paul Cobbold. I am still a recording engineer, record producer, and have been really since the late 70s. Basically what we've been doing with the guys is we've given them full range of the studio, so they can use it for what they want, and in the process the guys will be using most aspects of Rockfield Studios has to offer, in terms of certainly the acoustic spaces. This is what we impressed on the students first of all. You know, where are you going to lay out the equipment, how are you going to do it, what songs you're going to do, which microphones you're going to use, because there's quite an interesting range of microphones at Rockfield. And basically it's all about, you know, giving the students an opportunity to try out working in a real studio, rather than just, you know, which they inevitably are doing at school, like most schools are, working from computer-based programs, which are in some ways, you could say, sort of well, computerized versions, potted versions of the real thing. The real thing, I would suggest, being places, studios like Rockfield. I think the students, this cohort of students, are probably one of the best bunch of students we've actually had here, and that's the truth. They're enthusiastic, and I do lay that partly at their teaching staff. You know, clearly Mark and Alice are very enthusiastic, and it does rub off. Definitely does rub off. Nick Bryan, my colleague, who, you know, on the masterclass staff, if you like, he's just going through them, just showing them various bits of outboard gear, what they can do with sound, and they're on those knobs on the desk and they're doing it, and that's what these classes are all about. And it's just great. It's just great to sort of see them enthusing and becoming more and more motivated, and when they go, they want to come back next year very often, which is even better, obviously. It's great.
I learned that there's no such thing as a stupid idea. If you have an idea, just try it. You never know what might come of it. You never know if you don't try it, and I think that could be brought into our own work back when we record at school, I think.
So on this trip I learned that with teamwork, if you are sharing a common goal, then you sort of tend to work together a lot better.
Definitely recommend this trip to future students, because it's a good experience, and something that if you're into music technology and possibly even considering it as a career, or even if you're not, it just gives you an idea of what it's really like to be in a professional environment